Hello and happy Friday, everyone. This week has just really flown by. And I can't believe that it's already the end of my creating for the week, but I'll be back Monday, so don't fear, I'll be back. So today I am kicking off my February virtual stamp camp, and it is no surprise. I hope you guys aren't sick of my Darling Donkey stamp set, but when I look at projects that I do, and when I also look at the projects that I'm sending out to people, either through orders that people are placing through virtual parties, and those that count towards stamp camp cards, and those that are getting stamp camp cards, the cards actually work out so that nobody's getting all donkeys and all of the pretty papers or something from Celebration. So that's kind of just my my idiosyncrasy, that I keep track of those types of things. So so here I am with donkeys again, but it might be the only donkey card if you're getting February stamp camp cards. So and you know what, Celebration already ends this week, or I mean, excuse me, this month. That's a huge thing to note. This month. So I kind of want to use the products and give you guys ideas while I can. Hi there, Linda and Joan, and oh, I missed some names, Julie and Patty. So yeah, to kick off, I'm gonna put down my iPad so that I don't have that as a distraction. That caught up right away. So to kick off my February virtual stamp camp, here is my donkey card, and I'm using the blending brushes, and so excited to show you those again. And so I feel like anytime I've used them in different ways. So I want to show you kind of different projects that I've used where they maybe are the highlight, or maybe like this, it's just a subtle little low light there too. So wanted to show you that, and I think I'm ready to get my camera turned around so I can show you head on what the card looks like and where everything is coming from. So here is the card. Like I said, that donkey is just so cute, and I just love that soft look that the blending brushes give it. I'm going to show you seriously how easy it is. A couple people that have ordered the blending brushes have said, oh my word, like this is that easy. And I love hearing that. Like, not like, okay, I got the blending brushes, Belle showed me, but mine does not look like hers. Everybody's having success so far that I've heard from, so that's wonderful. So where I'm pulling these products from is, of course, the Darling Donkeys are free in the Celebration brochure on page 4. So I've also, because I've been using them a lot, I've tried to rotate like which ones I'm using out of the different donkeys and such too. So if you are ordering more than once or more often, then you'll get different cards with different types of donkeys and such too. So that's why I thought, okay, let's go with this one today. But this is still like one of my favorite images from the whole stamp set, is that little kind of like a scratchy star, is what I like to call it. So that is where that comes from. And I kind of pulled this idea going with the donkey from somebody else on Pinterest. And hers was more of like a Valentine looking card, and by the time people get cards, it's going to be past Valentine's, so I kind of wanted to change it up. But I loved how the Wildly Grateful goes with the donkey, so I thought that was really cute. So that's what I wanted to incorporate from the card that I was seeing. So the Lovely You stamp set, I use this a lot when the annual catalog first came out, because there's so many sentiments. And if you like flowers and bold images like that, I kind of keep coming back to this. And the stamp set, yeah, I keep coming back to it because of the great sentiments that there are. So that's from the annual catalog right in the beginning, pretty much on page 22. And so that stamp set can be bought separate or bundled with the coordinating punch called, what is the name of this punch? One Punch, six, Lovely Labels Pick a Punch. There we go. I sometimes get it mixed up with the banners Pick a Punch. So this is the Lovely Labels Pick a Punch. So you can choose, if you haven't got that and are interested in it, you can choose if you like the stamp set, the punch, or the bundle 10% savings, which I always like to get the savings. So that is where those products are coming from today. So let me get started then on assembling my card and such. So what I'm going to do is start in right away with my blending brushes. So when you get the blending brushes, they're in the mini catalog, that newer catalog that came out, you get a 3-pack. And so this is what my brush looks like. Hello, Donna. After using red and lots of red, I used lots of red during last month, getting everybody their Valentines and such. And then I rinsed it out. So this is clean. This is what clean looks. And I know if I go and dip that into a light yellow is what's going to come out, no reds. So that's good to know. But I like to let people know what things look like normally after they're clean and such too. So then I'm like, well, you know I'm going to use a lot of blues. This is a balmy blue, but look at how dark that looks. And today is Granny Apple Green. And I'm thinking of just buying another set of these because I feel like the blues and the greens for backgrounds for different landscaping cards, I'm going to use a lot of blues and greens. So I thought, well, maybe if I have some that are always kind of dirty-ish in those colors, I might just buy a whole nother set because they are so nice. Hi, Lois. Thanks for joining in. Okay, so how I'm going to do that is I'm taking my Granny Apple Green. I love the brightness today. I just kind of thought, you know what? I'm ready for some brightness. It's going to be so cold this weekend with highs below zero. If you're tuning in from a different part of the country or world, some of you do, that's what we're experiencing here this weekend. So it's going to be cold. Whoops, let me get my camera down there. Actually, yeah, there we go. Just want to make sure that what I'm doing you can see. Okay, so once again with my blending brush, the big thing is just kind of I go in a counterclockwise. That's what's natural for me. If you want to do clockwise, that's good too. So just pick away and then go onto your card. And a lot of times I start off on some scratch paper and then go onto my card. But because my donkey is going to end up right here, you can see my donkey kind of covers up the center there. I just start right where that donkey is going to be. So that way I get a good amount of bright green and it's not going to be too much. And then I can kind of spread out. So, and I kind of want it to be a little deeper green. So there again, I'm just going to start there knowing that if there's a blotch that ends up being there, it's okay to be in that spot because it's going to get covered up. So that's just it. So you kind of have that center that's a little bit darker, but then I have kind of this green and I want it to fade out so that there's absolutely none at the top too, but just so you kind of see that there's a green happening so that your cardstock isn't so blank white. Hi, Renee. Thanks for joining in. Okay, so that's going to just be something that I set aside there for now. And then I'm going to show you this die here. I love that die. And I know a lot of you will ask because it's one of those hidden dies. If you're like me and you see just little things like that, you go like, where does that come from? So I'm going to show you the die. It's just this strip here. It's nice and long. So actually, even though it's this part of the card, it would go across a whole side of a card if it was 5.5 inches and you wanted to do the whole side of the card. It's even, I would say, a little bit closer to 6 inches long. So this has a scallop and a stitch to it. It is from the Be Mine. Here we go. Is the camera going to pick that up? The Be Mine Stitched Framelits. And so last month I used these a lot. So if you remember me pulling out these stitched and scalloped hearts and regular hearts and everything, this whole set is so wonderful. So we've got all these hearts and all these floral images all in one set of dies. And when people go, oh, I really like that, and people start to order it, I kind of feel like, oh, I want to use it some more after the fact that is not a Valentine so that people can see another way to use it. Not that, oh, I purchased that, now I have to put it away for a year. That's never my intention when people buy things. I'm always trying to say, this is how you can use this product. So let me pull out my cute little Big Shot here. As I was getting ready for my card, I was dropping several things because today I am stamping without my brace on. So I still have my little steri strips there. I'm not going to get too intent on showing you because I never know how easily grossed out people are. So I can go without my brace when I'm in my house and everything. And I am trying to do that to build up strength. And so I end up dropping a lot of things, but I'm not going to get stronger if I don't work on that. It doesn't hurt. It is good for me. That's what I need to do. So don't be like, oh, there she goes overdoing it again. That's what I need to do. Okay, so I'm just taking a little strip of Granny Apple Green and I'm running it through there like so. And I'm just going to pull that off. And we have this little strip here. How cute is that with all the little scallops and the stitching on there like so. So actually I could have probably put it more towards the end too to have more to tape on, but that's not going to be a problem either. I think I was thinking the opposite, like I needed to get it closer to the other edge, but it'll work. It's going to be just fine. So let me put that there. And then all of you guys love anything hardwood. I've noticed too. So this is from the In Good Taste Designer Series paper. So that's the paper that some of it looks like tile, some of it looks like hardwood. There's some blues in there. There's some carpet. There's some suede. For the In Good Taste. So I just took a strip that's about 3/4 by 5 inches long. And that's just going to be a little accent piece there as well. So what I'm going to do next then is just do some assembly with this quick, because it's a really easy card to assemble. Oops, let me get some tape on there. So I find it's easy if I put my tape right on here, and then it's easy to just line this up onto here like so. See, kind of curled a little bit, so I'm gonna use it with my fingers down there. And actually when you use the scallop stitch die, the die kind of puts a little bit of a line or a trough, which makes it really nice and easy to line up. And then I think I should be able to, because of the adhesive, I should be able to put that right on top of the hardwood looking piece as well. So I've got the white, and then I've got my granny apple green, and then I've got that little strip of the hardwood looking floor on there too. So that I'm not going to put on my card yet. So I'm going to do a little bit of stamping. But before I do that, I need to get my donkey going. So I just have this piece of white cardstock here, and then I've got my donkey. So I'm just going to ink him up in Memento Black because he's going to get colored in. So Memento Black is what I use, and he gets fussy cut. And because that is also a technique that's really good for me to do, is holding paper and cutting and working on the strength in my hand. That's great. But I didn't want you guys to have to watch me do that. So there it is, cut out, because I thought that could be kind of long suffering to do that. So this is going to be a quick color, light petal pink, and then I have my crumb cake blends here. So my light petal pink, I'm just going to go in the inside of the ear. The other ear doesn't really show an inside. And then I'm just going to kind of right on the tip of his nose, put a little light petal pink there too. Hi, Janet and Joyce. Thanks for joining in. Okay, and then, whoops, I do better with the bullet tip. With the darker of my crumb cake blends, I'm just going to kind of go along the inside there, and then a little bit on his mane and eye, and then just kind of a little bit here. So I'm not going to do as much with the dark crumb cake as I normally do. Usually I do a lot more outlining such, and I'm just going to kind of do a quick, and anywhere that the artist looks like he kind of got it darker, then I'm going to do that. But kind of want this to be a lighter donkey. Okay, like so and like so. Maybe a little bit there. Okay. And then the rest I'm just going to put with the light crumb cake. I'm going to go up and over the ear here and there, and almost kind of blend it a little bit with that light petal pink like so. And then I'm going to go over the petal pink that I did before with my light crumb cake, just to kind of blend that a little bit. I'm going to go in, and I'm just going to do a light on the body. And if there's some areas that stay light, it's kind of nice because a light source makes the whole image look like there's even more action going on too. So very quick job coloring that guy in. But isn't it amazing how the blends can just make that happen just like so? So just a couple sets and you're set with that. Hi Barb, thanks for joining in. Okay, so now I've got this, and before I tack on my donkey here, I'm just going to lay him on my green background so that I know where I want to stamp my other sentiments. And my sentiments are going to be stamped in the soft suede. So I have chosen the Hee Haw from the donkey set. Kind of want to put him down there. I'm going to kind of put that at an angle like so. And then that Wildly Grateful, if you're just joining in, this is from that stamp set Lovely You from the annual catalog. It kind of goes with my wild donkey. So that I'm just going to ink up in the soft suede ink. And that's going to go underneath the donkey like so. So I just love that sentiment with that. And then because, like I said, this is one of my favorite images from the donkey stamp set, just going to put a few stars kind of around the donkey. I feel like that really gives the donkey some action there. So this is all stamped up and ready to go. So before I put this on my card base, which I don't even think I've shown you the color of my card base yet, I'm going to wrap some linen thread around it. Hi Carol, miss you tons. Thanks for popping in. So I'm just going to take this linen thread and wrap it around the white cardstock a couple times. And our white isn't the thickest, so I often put that down on my workspace because otherwise, well, it's even starting to kind of want to curl up because I tend to tie things pretty tight. And so I didn't want to put it all the way around the card base, just on this white layer so far. So hopefully, there we go. My goal was to get it tight, but not get it for the card to curl up because it was that tight. And I need my ribbon cutting scissors there, and I'll snip that. So this is tied around there, like I said, 2 times, and then just like so. So then on the back side, I want to pop that up, and I'm going to take my dimensionals and just add a couple here. Don't want to overdo it with the dimensionals and get it too bulky for mailing, of course. And then I want some dimension around here so that this is on the other side of the dimensional. And often the dimensional will kind of get stuck to this and it just makes it a little too bulky there. So what I do is take this trim here and just kind of cut a couple strips of that because it's narrower. And I just kind of place that there, and it kind of is like a bumper so that the twine doesn't go off this piece of white too and slip off the card. So that I'm just going to show you too. So by putting my dimensional there, then it's like a bumper so that trim won't come off there. I'm going to see there, you can kind of see where it has that. Hi, Amy. Thanks for joining in. It was so good to talk to you today on the phone. Loved it. So, whoops, did I get all of the stickers off? I did. Okay, just want to make sure before I put it on my card. So that I'm just going to center on some soft suede. So once I get the soft suede on, I feel like my card really comes together because then you kind of see the hardwood, you see how the ink is there, and then how about this cute donkey? Then the donkey just fits in with all that brown too. So I'm going to put a few dimensionals quick on the donkey, and then the card will be almost complete. So once again, one of those things by just a couple, you know, accents like that stitched die and cutting out the donkey, and just that whole blending brush thing really makes this card come alive and look like you've used tons of techniques and time on it. But obviously, if you're timing me, it's not so bad. So there we have the donkey. There, Hee Haw. And then Wildly Grateful. I think what I'm going to do with the cards that I send out for this too, I want to do something for the inside, but it's obviously kind of geared toward a thank you note. In the stamp set Lovely You, there is a cherished friend, and I really like that sentiment, and I like that font, cherished friend, here really ties in with the font of Wildly Grateful. But it could be something like, oh, you know, you want to send somebody a quick thank you. Cherished friend might seem a little too much. So what I think I'm going to do is just stamp out the cherished friend So if you're ordering February virtual stamp camp cards, the set of 10, the Cherish Friend you'll have there, and I added some of those cute little, I don't know, I call them scratchy stars. That I'm just going to insert in your card. So you have that to use. If you go, nope, that is perfect. That is exactly what I want for my card. Then just tape down on the back, and then you can put that inside your card. And if you go, you know what, that is not what I need, but I really want to use that card because my friend that raises donkeys is going to get this card, but this doesn't work. So you can just tape it in, and then that can be used on that side too. Hello, Shannon. Good to see you on here. Okay, so that is today's card. And just with everything going on and the linen thread already and some of these little embellishments done by ink and the stamps, I decided to not put any extra embellishment or accessories on there. And the inside's done, and I just kind of wanted to leave that be blank too. So that completes card number 1 for my February virtual stamp camp. So there we go. So I'm just going to pull that up. Oh, and you can see my glasses. I'm just going to leave them on. So yeah, I came to a little bit later today. My grandson got his tonsils out yesterday, and he requested Grandma to go over and snuggle with him this afternoon. So we sat in the rocking chair and watched Paw Patrol until he fell asleep, and Mom came home from work, and that was really fun to be able to do that. And that's why I never really commit to a time to be on here, because I never know when I'm going to get called away with things on the farm, things for my husband, things for my family, because they all live so close and such. So I'm so appreciative that you guys continue to join in and watch these videos either live or later when you guys have time too, because I know your schedules aren't always the same either. So it is Friday, so I hope you guys have a great weekend, and I hope that you can enjoy some football. I love football, so we'll be quietly watching the Super Bowl here over the weekend, and I have a lot of stamping to catch up on too, so I'm excited about that. I'm really excited about that. So thanks again for joining in. On Monday, I will be back. My plan is to come, oh, thank you guys, lots of hearts. My plan is to come back Monday with card number 2 for February virtual stamp camp. As always, if somebody in the meantime contacts me to say, hey, I would like to be a virtual hostess, then that person gets bumped up in line. Anybody that wants to be a virtual hostess, then I just bump that person to the top of the line to do those 3 projects as the creations of the week and such. So hi Maureen, hi Tabitha, I'm signing off. So you'll have to, yeah, you'll have to join in and watch later. So yeah, Shannon's a big Kansas City fan. We're just gonna go watch it. So howdy Chris. So thanks again for watching, and I hope to see you guys on Monday. Bye-bye.